Hello, warriors. Good afternoon. This is Sunday. I thought I'd do another one. I did one yesterday, but I wanted to kind of touch base with you because I found a great uh, idea that came from a sermon I was listening to, and it was talking about the monkey trap. So we're going to talk about the monkey trap and how it relates to retention and our plan and all that. So please go ahead and subscribe, like, comment. Hope you guys are doing well. This is Sunday. I think it's March the 6th, if I believe, right? And we'll do another morning talk tomorrow morning, but I wanted to kind of get this one done. So I'm grateful to everybody who subscribed and liked and comment and donated as time has gone on. And so thank you guys very, very much. So the monkey trap's an interesting one. So the monkey trap is something used by people to catch monkeys, and so the monkey trap was something, and even though I'm not a game hunter or anything like that, the analogy I found was very interesting. So the monkey trap was something set up to trap monkeys, and so obviously they put something in coconut types of things, and they cut a hole in a coconut and they put it in, and what they do is they put something inside that a monkey come and grab. And so what happens is monkeys will go into these coconuts and grab them and want to grab and continue grabbing. Well, once they grab into them, then all of a sudden they get caught and they can't move their hand out. But the thing is that they could move if they would loosen their hand up and pull out of there. But the whole idea is the monkey doesn't really want to let go because they want to continue to grab for more and more and more. They get addicted to grabbing into that. And so then they get trapped and they get caught and things like that. So even though I'm not in favor, obviously, of hurting monkeys and things like that, the idea, the analogy is really a good one because it really goes into this whole idea of wants and needs. And this is where we run into a lot of problems with people and ourselves as far as temptation goes. So the same thing would happen with the parable of Jesus going to the mountain and being tempted by Satan for 40 days and 40 nights. And he finally said, "You will not tempt God." And the whole idea is that he actually needed to have some food and water like we all do. But there's a big difference between what is needed and what is wanted. The same thing with the monkey. If the monkey needs some food, they can grab it, leave their hand go, and go. But what ends up happening to people is they get the needs and the wants confused. And after a while, what ends up happening is the needs become the wants, and now the people are addicted to the wants. And now they can't let go of the wants, and now all of a sudden they're trapped. And this is where a lot of the addictions come in play. So I thought this was a very interesting type of analogy. And this has a lot to do with what we're talking about with our plan. No matter if it's overeating, people eating too much, whether they're going and gambling too much and they just can't leave the gambling casino, or they can't leave the betting parlor, whatever it might be, and they have to keep doing it, or they have to keep betting on themselves no matter if they have any money or not. No matter if it's a stock market, well, you're not going to go ahead and sell your stock. You're going to keep on it, hoping it's going to continue to go and go and go. The greed and all the wants is what hurts people the most. And we'll probably touch base tomorrow on this as well, the morning talk. But it really, my friends, is really the wants you're talking about. The needs are things we just need. We need some food and water. We need a little bit of this stuff and that stuff. We don't need tons of things. And this is where it comes that a lot of people who are wealthy commit suicide. A lot of people who have a lot of money and lots of things, they're not always better off. A lot of people win the lottery, they go broke. Now, why is that? Well, a lot of that's because people all of a sudden acquire a lot of wants, not needs. Big difference. And this is where the difference is in what we do. The addiction comes from the wants, not the needs. Now, you need to have food, you need to have certain things to live, but you don't need to continue having more and more of it more cars, more houses, more pictures, things like that, because this is when it becomes addictive. Yes, you can have one person in your life. I think God wanted us to have somebody in our life, or else he wouldn't have had marriage, right? But having all these girlfriends and boyfriends and all these other affairs is not what it is. It's too much of indulgence, and this is where we get into the wants again. People wanting something more, and so they get caught in the money trap, and it becomes a trap for people who want too much, and now the wants become greater than the needs, and this is where it becomes a huge problem. And so this is why, my friends, as we talk about this, you have to kind of control your needs and wants. And we're going through Lent, and I'm a person who believes more in the practicality of religion and having a relationship with your God. This is why I can talk about several types of religions and ways people look at things, because I'm really more into the relationship you have with your Creator than I am with the different types of not denominations, but the mores and the ideas of the religion itself and the actual practices. But this idea of Lent is very important, because it goes back and creates self-control. This is why I do fasting. This is why I do a lot of the things that I do, cold showers and things, since I've been on this journey, because it adds to this whole idea of your really controlling yourself, so that you know the difference between wants and needs. And the fact of the matter is, though we do have some needs, what happens is people get in trouble because of all the wants. They want this, they want that, and now they get caught in that monkey trap that we're talking about. So once again, it's a tremendous analogy about people. Now, how does it play into pornography? Well, once again, we talked about this in a bunch of other videos, right? People see something, they see a picture, they're not happy with their partner, they see something they think is better. Well, now they're off on a monkey trap, right? They're off on going to one person to another, and after a while, they have to keep their hand in the pot, or else they're not happy, they're not satisfied, and now they become bored or discontented. And so what ends up happening is they go back and try to keep that hand in that coconut again and again, and they won't let go, because they need to have that in their mind to live, because now they become addicted and desensitized to whatever they've had to this point in time. And so when we look at this whole idea of the monkey trap, I think it's a very fascinating analogy, because this is what we all do. We tend to overemphasize the wants that we have. Most of us don't want things. We want things because we become addicted. And so you have to always take a step back and take a break and say, do I really need this? No. Now, if you are a collector of things and do things, you're going to always run into this type of issue of whether or not you need to buy something. Well, it always goes back down to, is it something that you can actually, sell? Is it something that you can actually lose as an investment? Or is it something that you just want and you're never going to use it again? A lot of us had a lot of clutter in our houses because that's what we do. We go ahead and buy things we don't really need. And so we do this and we buy this, and all of a sudden now we have lots of things that we don't really need, but we continue to buy things because we just like buying things. And I think this is the whole issue we take a look at. So once again, the monkey trap is a very interesting type of thing, because it goes back and applies to everything that we're talking about. Really looking at the idea of making sure you know what your wants and needs are, and realizing you don't need to have all the things that we think we need. So until tomorrow morning, guys, have a great evening. God bless you guys, and battle on.